Oh, I didn't see you there. You know, guys, I've been reading recently and I've been thinking all the minifigures in my city have got nowhere to read. That's really unfortunate. And recently, I'm finally turning all my modular buildings into the big city that it deserves to be. But I've done this for a really affordable price, and that's because I've been using AliExpress. Over the last year, I've seen some amazing cities from the community, and I've wanted that for myself. However, I couldn't afford the ridiculous prices of the current LEGO sets and also the resold LEGO sets that have been retired. They're just so unachievable. I mean, I don't think we can reasonably ask to buy all this, and then considering roads and, Millsplating, all of it combined, it's just way too much. So that is why I've gone into the world of alternate Lego. And today I'm building another AliExpress modular. This one being the LEGO Bookshop. This modular is now retired, so I think it goes for like over £250 minimum. I've not properly looked that up. But this one was only £40, which is a really good price for a modular. It means for the price of buying the real one, I could buy like 5 of the alternate versions. And not only this, I can also afford to mills it and then hopefully buy some more roads to then mills and put in the city. So today I'm going to be taking you through, is AliExpress Lego any good? Is their modulars any good? And showing you if you have the chance to get to a massive city, the kind of size that Brixie has for a really affordable price. I know the first thing people are thinking when they look at this package is that it looks unprofessional, it doesn't look like a Lego set, but I think there's so much more to it than just this weird white bag. So let's open it up and kind of have a look. Okay, so we've now unpacked the set and this is everything that it contains. Bags 1, bags 2, bags 3, bags 4, bags 5, bag 6, bag 7, bags 8 are minifigure bags, and some miscellaneous parts bags. We also get this instruction manual and 2 half green base plates. The instruction manual looks pretty accurate to a LEGO instruction manual. Obviously, they've probably put more of the images closer together to try and free up some space. But the colours look good and accurate, and it looks like, quite easy to build and follow these instructions. This is a really interesting one for the channel because even though we have built AliExpress modulars before, we've never built any of the ones that are like 2 half base plates that add up together to make one. So today that'll be our first one doing that. So our first real step before we actually get into the building is Millsplating these half green base plates to prepare for the full build. So I think we should start off by doing that. Okay, so as you can now see, we have completely Millsplated both these half ones to go together to make a full. They're all really nice and straight now. I think it's really important to Millsplate, which I've discovered recently, but especially with these AliExpress modulars, because I've found the original base plates, as you can see at the bottom, do tend to bend a little bit, especially with pressure on top of it. But the Millsplate basically eliminates that and makes sure you get a perfect straight build. So that's the one major issue I found with previous AliExpress builds, but hopefully we don't have any more of this one, but obviously we'll see as we go. But yeah, so bending is normally an issue. Now, some people don't care about that at all, but for a city, I want everything to be nice and level, so Millsplating does allow for that to be, possible. So I think the best thing to do now is to just start building, go through our modular and see if it's any good. So join me now as we build the modular. Okay, and the build is now done. Let's take a look. So as you can see here, we have our fully Millsplated AliExpress Bookshop modular here are the minifigures it comes with. We'll have a closer look at those in a second. But wow, I mean, on first look, could you guys tell any difference? I honestly don't think I'd be able to without having a really closer look. Now, what I will say is I've not pinned these two together yet, so there is a little bit of a gap when you're looking like in between the paths. However, I think that would quickly get sorted out once you did put the pins in. I just don't like to, so when I actually put them in my city, I have more variation with what I can do and where I can put these. But we'll have a bit of a closer look at all the different details now. And where better to start than the minifigures? These are all of the minifigures it comes with. We have 5 of these and this little toy plane that comes with the child character. And they all look pretty much identical to the Lego ones. You won't be able to tell the difference. However, I will admit the quality of them could be a bit better. You can tell that with the hands, they're not too sturdy. Some of the arms can easily get cracked. However, in terms of just appearance alone, they look completely fine. And they're a lot better than some of the other minifigures we've got from AliExpress, because they, when it's just meant to be the normal minifigure head with just a smiley, no like expression face, they can be printed really bad. But because this is like recreating the actual Lego one, they look completely fine and they look good. So I'm more than happy with this, with what we've got. And I think they'll, you know, customize the set really well. Obviously, looking at the outside of the set, it looks great. We can see this really clear printing straight away with the 107 and the birch books. And even down here, there are no stickers in this set. Everything is printed pieces. And AliExpress have recreated the Lego ones really well. And honestly, it just looks perfect from the front of the set. There is literally no difference. And from here, we can take our attention to the back, where we can see just the simple doorways for both. Obviously, this one is further elevated than this building, but yeah, they look really good. And honestly, like I say, there's no difference other than there's no Lego printing on the studs here at the top. Well, on any of the studs, but that's where you notice it the most. In terms of spare pieces, we got a bunch of gear that came with it. Obviously, we've got these to put in, and once we connect the set, and we have a bag of a few smaller spare pieces, but that's all we got. We didn't get any of the bigger pieces today. They were all used for the set, and there was no missing pieces today at all with this set. I will say as well, the instructions were really good. The printing was great, the colours were great, and it made for a really easy build. I've got to say, I do really like Lego doing these half modulars. I think they have a lot more customization you can do, and they're nice to fill up the city without going into too much detail. Now what we're going to do now is kind of just take apart the floors and go through the whole thing individually, so you can see kind of the detail that we have displayed. So on this first floor, like I say, this is all a Lego recreation. It all goes together really nicely. We can see some of like the floor tile in there. It does look good. We've got the normal bookshelves and everything that the real Lego set has, and it honestly just looks exactly the same. Moving on to the second floor, we can see the kind of clock that we've got here, and continued, you know, one by one recreation. It can get quite dark in there, to be fair, but like I say, it is all very similar. And the very top floor can be disconnected by its roof, and we just have a simple bed here and kind of like a fish tank. We can then move our attention to the other side of the modular, which is just this house. Now I love this house. I wish we got more stuff like this. And honestly, like, I know Lego would never do it, but I would love for them to come out with just more of these houses, but just like different colors, so you can have like 108, 109, and just carry on a whole street full of these amazing, you know, designed houses. So we can see the actual house has a little basement, which has like a mouse trap and just some stairs, some basic things. But it's cool that it has like this little basement, because nothing else really does have anything like this. Then we technically have the first floor, which is filled with really nice detail. We have a fireplace here and just some general housing stuff. We have an umbrella pegged up and a hat and some space underneath the stairs for some storage. Honestly, Lego have mastered their design here. And just like the bookshop, the upstairs of this one has also been split into 2 different bits. And we can see this luxurious bed here, along with a bedstand and a nice little picture frame. And finally, we have this just back wall and balcony to finish the set off. And it is very vibrant and colourful, but it looks good. Guys, I'm so happy to give this one Ballistic Bricks approved. I have so much fun building the AliExpress stuff. They're almost a definite hit every single time we build them on the channel. And we've done quite a few over the last year. So if you're looking to build some modulars for the best available prices, this is a really great way to do it. I know people have different views about this, but I think especially for retired Lego sets that you'll be paying really high amounts for, I think this is a great alternate to do by literally building an alternate. The bookshop, it's one that I probably wouldn't spend my own money on to go get second hand from an old, an old set, an old seller, whatever. So the fact that I can build this set for a really great price of £40 to £50 or dollars just means I can carry on building. It's a set I wouldn't normally get to build. So again, it's more stuff that can go in my eventual Lego city. I'm so excited to finally be starting to put that back together because that is happening sooner rather than later. But yeah, I mean, such a great build. AliExpress have, blown it out the park again. I'll try and leave a link in my description. However, AliExpress links can constantly change. So the best way to get in touch if the link doesn't work in my description is to message me privately. I do think Lego half modulars are really great between this and the pet shop. And I'm really excited to build that one as well because I think they're a really cool way of doing modulars. And I'd like Lego to do a few more, and I can definitely see them maybe doing one this year because it has been quite a while since this bookshop came out, which was obviously the last one. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Ballistic Bricks with another AliExpress modular build. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye!